Welcome to another video. It's 18:41 right now. I had a day off today because I had to say goodbye to my mom. I had to bring her to the airport, unfortunately. Just like that, 6 weeks are just gone. Hopefully in about 6 months she will be back and we can enjoy her company again. Man, it's moments like this, everything feels heavy. I know it's almost the time of the month for me, and that's when emotions feel heavier, my thoughts get darker, and it's awful. And unfortunately today was one of those days. Combined with everything, moments like this, I struggle a lot to actually show up for myself. But here I am again. When I started this journey, I hoped, even though I knew it wasn't realistic, I hoped that it will all be sunshine and rainbows, right? But as you see today, that's not the case. And literally, because outside it's also going crazy. There's a lot of rain, makes it a bit gloomy, and also has an impact on my mood in a way. And I know when I say that, it might sound like, why would you let the weather control how you feel? But that's not what I exactly mean. All I'm saying is that if it's dark outside, I kind of feel a little bit down. I don't know what it is, but I'm trying to cope with it. Man, today, over the past 5 hours, like literally, I've been battling this headache. I still have it as we speak, but I said to myself, you know what, work out and see what happens. Usually workout is my cure, my remedy, so here we are. I just took my pre-workout and getting ready for it to kick in, so I'm just gonna get ready. Maybe during or after the workout I will come back and speak a bit more on how to deal with days like this, especially for the ladies. I mean, we all go through our dark periods, but literally, ladies, we go through our dark periods, so yeah, right now I just want to move. I want to lift some heavy shit, and then eventually I'll get back to this topic. Let's go. Alright, so that was an amazing workout. It's awesome what moving your body can do to you. So I want to circle back to what I was saying at the beginning of the video. So I've written down some notes here that I want to go over with you. And of course, if you're male, this might not be interesting to you, and if it is, stick around. And for the ladies, I'm pretty sure you're going to something similar, and if not, you might learn what other people go through, and you might have some tips and ideas on how to deal with a situation like this if you're going through something like this, or you can learn from me. So without further ado, let's go over the notes I have, right? So, like I was saying, today was one of those days that I really had to push myself. And by the way, if I don't look in the camera directly, it's because I'm looking at my notes. So, bear with me. Basically, today was one of those days that I feel like my energy was low. And at this point, I still feel it. I have a huge headache so far. But I don't want to make this video to complain. I want to make this video to explain what I'm going through. And even if nobody watches this video, by the way, I'm documenting something for me because I'm trying to change things to see what works for me in order for me to reach my goals, right? Right now, I'm in the season of working on my physique. And the funny thing is, I'm starting to get compliments already. Not that I'm doing it for the compliments, but it's always good to hear you're doing a good job and people actually see it, especially my girlfriend. So that's good. Anyway, let's get into the video for real now. So around my period, I noticed an energy shift in my body, right? My energy is low, my thoughts are heavier, my emotions are heavier, I'm more sensitive to what people say. Overall, I'm a sensitive person, but around that time it becomes a bit worse. Like for today, I had this moment that I came back from the airport, from dropping my mom off, came back home, and I just started crying. I just had to let the stress out. A lot of energy around me, outside on the streets. I'm more sensitive to that. But it really feels like there's this gray blanket over my life, over my view of life. And it makes things a little bit harder, all the insecurities, or maybe, not only insecurities, but yeah, for the majority insecurities, maybe past failures, things that I tried and didn't work out as I wanted. All those things come back and they kind of haunt me, and I kind of become my worst enemy. And something that's already heavy, when you start spiraling in a negative cycle, it makes everything even more heavy, or heavier, I should say. So today was not one of my best days, but I showed up for myself anyway, because I did that workout after negotiated with myself whether or not I should do it, and eventually I won, and that's something to be proud of. These hormones are just going crazy, and I'm all over the place, and my emotions are all over the place, and every month I deal with this, and I don't think this is normal, in a way that there has to be a way to solve this. So I have to look into that, and that's the part I was talking about me trying to find ways to deal with this, to change it, to make it more comfortable for myself. This mental resistance. Today I had thoughts like, I can skip the workout today. I'm too tired. This has no point whatsoever. I'm not seeing changes in my physique. And mind you, I've only been doing this for 1 week now. But I know it's not realistic for me to experience changes right away. But it's just because you're in this negative mindset, everything feels heavier and pointless. But I'm happy that training is my medicine, and it got me out of that. And sometimes I wonder, where do these negative thoughts come from, man? I also realized that I'm not my thoughts, right? But in that moment, they feel so real, so present, that I tend to believe them. When I started this journey, or when I was thinking about starting this journey, I really hoped everything would be perfect. And I think I said this in the beginning, but excuse me, I'm gonna repeat it again. I thought everything was gonna be amazing, but it is not. And I don't want to talk only about the good stuff when it comes to fitness journey. I want to talk about everything. I want to talk about the happy moments, the sad moments, the moments of doubt, insecurities, etc. So that's why I'm creating this video. Right now I'm really training on autopilot. Being more aware of what I consume, right? The foods I eat. And today I won again. Usually when I feel emotionally down or drained, I comfort myself by eating something that's unhealthy, And I didn't today. I just decided to focus on me. I decided not to distract myself from whatever is going on. I sat with that feeling. I cried. I thought about things. I distanced myself a couple of hours just so I can just be with myself and my thoughts. And it was a good choice. It was a good choice because I don't want to be in situations where I feel sad, angry, or disappointed or whatever. And then I interact with people and get into fights because I'm not myself at the moment. So I guess I'm already finding a way to deal with this. I'm not really caring about staying in my comfort zone anymore. It used to be like that in the past, but I love to challenge myself, especially when it comes to working out. As long as I do it in a way that's responsible, so I don't hurt my back, for example, which is a weak spot for me. And but I love to challenge myself, doing more reps, doing more sets, especially more reps. So yeah, I noticed that, especially when it's time of the month or close to the time of the month, of course the hormones all over the place, but also my lack of sleep. To be honest, I sleep 5 hours a night, and I do that myself because I love to be awake in the evening when the world is sleeping, and it just makes me feel like all the energy is for myself at that time. And maybe it's something in my head, but it works. But again, waking up, if you have to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, for example, and you just sleep 5 hours, it's not going to do you good, at least not in the long run. And also, sleeping little is holding you back from muscle growth. And I know those things, but that's another habit I need to start implementing. And I will be doing that shortly. Yeah, becoming aware of what is happening and why it's happening will probably prevent me from spiraling in a negative cycle in the future. So I have to really work on that. And I'm working on that already by being aware of the fact that it's happening. I also trained today a couple of sets without music, and they really did something to me in a positive way. I was closer to my thoughts. I was closer to what I was feeling. Usually music, of course, is amazing, but it kind of distracts you in a way. It makes the workout a little bit lighter, But today I decided, I'm working out without music, also due to the headache, but it did me pretty well. And I guess this is a great example of when life gives you lemon, make lemonade, I used it, or I turn your pain into power, like literally your pain. I used that moment to reconnect with my body, with my mind, with everything. And as I said at the beginning, it's amazing what movement can do to your body, and movement creates momentum, and momentum changes your mindset. It can change your whole life and put you in a better mental state. Basically all the energy just moves through your body, out of your body sometimes, and That's what creates a space for you to change the way you see things, the way you think about things. And I realized, beating myself up for going through this is not going to help. As I said, if it's already feeling heavy and I speak bad about myself or to myself, it only is going to make it harder to also stay consistent. Because everything you feed your mind, it believes it. And, or at least your subconscious mind. And it doesn't know the difference between reality or a lie. But at that time, whatever you say to yourself, that's what it's going to hear. So why not focus on the positive, even though sometimes it feels like it's impossible, especially in moments like this. So I'm learning day by day or month by month, especially experiencing this, to be kinder to myself, to be more compassionate, because I wouldn't talk to a friend like that. I'm trying to keep myself accountable, but at the same time, I'm being too harsh on myself. And there's a difference between keeping yourself accountable and tearing yourself down. And that's what I've been doing today, at least in the morning hours. But I realized that that's not going to help me any further, and it's amazing if you're surrounded by good, positive people who have the best intentions for you. It makes your life a little bit lighter. And I want to thank my girlfriend for that. Not only my girlfriend, but she was the person I talked to that I wasn't feeling so well, and then she tried to comfort me and make me smile, and it's amazing. So if you're watching this, babe, know that I appreciate you a lot. So by me saying to myself, even though I feel like shit today, I'm going to show up for myself, basically I reclaimed my control. I took the responsibility to take care of myself. And I didn't work out in a way that I would break myself, but I just worked out just to feel better. It was a light workout, and I did have some PRs for the barbell row, for example. I was up, I think 3 kgs for the same amount of reps, 10 reps. So a win is a win, right? And next time I'll try harder. I try maybe more weights or more reps. But the intention for the workout today was not to make myself feeling so sore that I can't do anything for the coming days. I just wanted to move my body to show myself, even though you're going through this right now, I love you and I'm here and I'm still here to help you to improve yourself. And being disciplined, it's not about perfection. It's about showing up, especially on days like this, rainy days, like literally rainy days. Also, it was raining in my mind, but I think I already made my point. So the idea behind this series, The Journey Back, what it really means to me is managing my mind while I'm transforming my body. And oftentimes people think, when I look good, I'm going to feel good. And in a way it is like that. But at the same time, you have a lot of people in the best shape, but still have a poor mentality. So those things have to be in balance in order for you to live your best life. So in conclusion, what I learned today is to show up for myself, even though I don't feel like it, even though it feels like it's pointless. Show up for myself and find ways to make the heavy days feel a bit lighter. It doesn't mean that you're going to stay in your comfort zone. And sometimes, that is even necessary. But it shouldn't be your standard, right? But on those days, be a little bit more loving, compassionate to yourself. Talk to yourself as you would talk to a friend. Because eventually, we are here. We will always have ourselves. So it has no point in being your worst enemy. And we all, or the majority of us, are trying our best on this planet to become a better version of ourselves. And as I say this, I realize how therapeutic this is, to just spill your heart out. And again, whoever watches this video, I really hope this video contributes to something positive for you. And even if nobody watches, this is a diary from me. 5 years, 10, 20 years from now, I will look back and see where I started. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you. Thank you for your time. And as usual, I will see you in the next one.